TradeWest presents Solar Jetman, the hunt for the golden Warpship. Also by Rare. They were the perfect pair back in the early 90s. With a very good game. And there's our spaceman floating around happily in space. Well, there aren't much options. Other than start and continue with passwords, of course. But this is the Federation of Space Loonies. Yep, that's our hero, ladies and gentlemen. He seems to be having problems, though. His backpack malfunctioned. But that's not the core of this game. Let's go ahead and start then. Approaching planet Preludion. Prelude! Obvious. With a gravity of 8 and a diameter of 7. In the Xandor system. So let's go ahead and start. And land on our planet. But we're searching for parts of the magical and awesome golden Warpship. And how do we do this? Exploring planets, of course. See, I'm in a pod. And I can rotate with left and right. And shoot with the A button. And use boosters with the B button. This can be best described as an adventure physics game. So we can go back into our mothership and get a new pod to explore. Later on we'll be using money to be equipping all the other features for our pods. But for right now, you notice I have a fuel system. Also think of it as the energy. You have a limited amount. And as I go floating through the atmosphere, I notice mysterious warp places. If I'm quick enough, I can warp to other planets. But we'll be doing this planet by planet. But no planet is without its defenses. Even if they were left there a long time ago by some random faction. We get points, aka money, by shooting things and sometimes collecting what's left over. But what's this? I have grabbed a hold of something with my tractor beam. We like some things. It weighs us down a little bit and slows us down, but it's not that heavy. So we're going to take this and drop it into the mothership. Also, gravity can be a trouble. One of the more useful items, press down to activate shields. This will use up fuel a little bit more quickly, but will take a lot less damage from walls and be able to survive attacks from bullets and such. Because eventually you're going to bump into something. Although I can press up to deactivate them, I want them on most of the time in dangerous areas. So moving carefully along. I can also collect fabulous prizes such as gems. Hey, whatever you can, you gotta get money around here. And yes, you notice I am taking damage. Fortunately, by going back to the mothership, I can restore that damage. Yes, I am limited to the number of little men you see down there. But what happens if I said, destroy my pod, by clumsily getting shot, or bumping into walls a little bit too much? Yeah, like that. Also, the harder I ram into the wall, the more damage I take, obviously. Well, my pod explodes, and now I am a man. With a jetpack. This is bad news. If you take a single shot, you are the dead. But you can bump against walls, but you will take some damage. Fortunately, you have a blaster to protect yourself. It's not much, but, well, that's the basic gist of it. So while we're exploring the planet, our main objective, besides a part of the Golden Warpship and money, is to collect fuel for our mothership, so we can explore the planets. We might find other neat devices along the way. So let's explore this wonderful planet of Preludian. What is this? That is a mysterious wormhole. Can't go into it with shields though. But there's also another problem. We don't meet a certain requirement needed to go into that wormhole. That is actually fueling our ship. And there's some fuel now. Of course, it says fuel on it. What else would it be? And you notice with the fuel, it's a bit heavier, so I have to be cautious. Also, while we have the tracker beam, it kind of adds a little beat to the music. So let's drop this fuel off carefully. And now find the ship part, and get off to the planet of Preludium. And try not to ram ourselves into a wall. Oh, gotta be careful not to descend too fast. You know, gravity and such. So a lot of your directional will be up. Not always the case. But remember that strange warp hole we saw earlier? Time to go into it. And go to a magical new land. And defend ourselves from laser turrets, of course. Nobody likes laser turrets. Alrighty. Now that we got that taken care of, let's get a piece of that golden warpship. It's in a lockbox. Don't worry, we have the keys. And take it to this teleporter. And then get out ourselves. We can't use the teleporter, but we can, of course, use the warp hole. Or wormhole. And we have entered a bonus zone, the Cyber Zone. So if I'm quick enough, I can collect bonus gems for money. Fortunately for me, I'm terrible at this. So I'll collect as many as I can for 100 credits apiece, to be evaluated by the Federation of Space Loonies. So back to the mothership and blast off this horrible planet. Well, it isn't that horrible, it's actually pretty nice. And now it's time to warp off into space with the power of stars. And we have entered a shop, the Interstellar Marketing Corporation, with a lot of interesting items. Well, I have my own maps, and I will suggest you go to GameFAQs to get some of those maps. But for now, we need efficient engines. Oops, I screwed that up. I should have pressed A, not B. Anyway, next off is Mexomorph, with a lot larger gravity and a diameter that's larger as well. We're still in the Xamber system though.